Welcome back to those of you who it may concern. Today I'm going to be showing off my Honda Prelude. I got this thing pretty recently, just a couple days ago actually, and it's not in a great state right now. I need to show you all the things that's wrong with it. But this side of it does look quite pretty until you look close, and you can see rust and a replacement fender that's just primed. So the story of how I got into possession of this thing is a little bit of a roller coaster, but I'm just gonna go over the footnotes. Basically, I found it on Facebook Marketplace. The guy rescheduled with me like twice because I couldn't really get my hands on the cash at the time. But on the day that it came to be, basically I found out a lot more about the car than was listed on the Facebook posting. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to show off all the stuff that's wrong with it. So I'm gonna start in the driver's seat, and from the driver's seat, you can immediately see a couple things that have been cut out. So the door panel's been cut. The cover for around the steering wheel and steering column is cut. So it looks like what this guy did was he installed this thing and it was rubbing on the bottom of this piece of plastic here. So since he was annoyed by it, what he did was he just cut it out so it stopped rubbing like it was. Another thing, he told me about this, but he tried to install tweeters that were too big for the cover here. So instead of going with the originals or getting ones that fit, he cut a hole in them. So that's on both sides, there and there. Another thing is the double DIN is being used with a single DIN radio, which really isn't that big of a deal. It's pretty common with a lot of Honda cars I see. The next thing is both of the speaker covers in the back are gone. And lastly, this right here is a aftermarket LED for this overhead light here. Other than that, the interior is actually really nice, and sunroof works. The locks work, but this is gone. Windows work, but this cover here is also gone. And it runs and it starts. Or it starts and it runs. But yeah, the interior is actually pretty nice. Pretty much like a 7 out of 10. Let's move on to the outside and under the hood. So this is what the hood looks like right now. There's a couple things missing. I believe that is something to do with AC. A lot of wires are just straight up not connected. Here, a couple back there. It looks like some hoses were just ripped off. Air intake was just some big filter that he jerry-rigged with a hose clamp to fit onto the throttle body. It was gross, and I removed it. So I got to replace that with either an OEM or like a cold air intake. Next, when I got the spark plugs out, they were black. They were completely black, full of carbon. And I got some double platinums to put in. And also, the wires were not going into the correct cylinder, so it was misfiring like that. And that's pretty much it for this side of the car. It's honestly not in the worst state. It could be a lot worse for an old Honda, especially one of these that there's not too many of them out there anymore. It's kind of uncommon. Next, wheels. Wheels are actually good. Nothing to complain about with the wheels. This is literally just primer. Needs to be primed. This, it looks like they tried to do themselves and fucked up. Weather stripping needs to be redone, but that's normal. Back looks pretty good. Another thing is the exhaust. So this guy tells me that the cat is on there, but it's not. I looked there like a couple different times. It's not there. It's just straight piped. And the and the O2 sensors are shot. However, it is actually a nice exhaust. It's like, I think it was like 900 or 800 on the internet. So it's a nice exhaust system. Besides that, which is a lot, actually, it's a lot to fix. This is actually a pretty nice car. I mean, I don't think it was worth the $2,000 that I spent on it. I'm not exactly happy about that. It's going to be a project, and it's going to be well loved, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of having it. I'm proud of having it in my parking lot, in my backyard. So that's the Honda Prelude. You're going to be seeing a lot more of it on the channel. And yeah, thank you. Bye.